bring the largest spiritual awakening in history. That's the story. Despite the fact that he didn't want to do it. God said, go. Jonah said, no. God said, oh? You see, God will always have the last word. Now, we've already talked quite a bit about the threats that we see in our nation today, the reemergence of communism, and of course, the spread of anti-Semitism, socialism, etc., the Islamic invasion. We look at all this and we go, what are we going to do? We have two secret weapons in the church that we do not employ often enough. You already know what they are. One of them is praying, and the other one is preaching the gospel. Praying and preaching the gospel. So God called Jonah to preach the gospel to the city of Nineveh, a city that was known for its wickedness. The Ninevites were extraordinarily evil. They remind us of ISIS, or the worst atrocities of the Nazis, the barbarism, the cruelty, the torture, and on. And they would stack up skulls as monuments to the people they killed. They would skin people alive. They did so many horrible things. And God says, go preach to them. Jonah's like, no way. They drink Haterade in Nineveh. I don't want to go there. And so he got on a boat going in the opposite direction. But the Lord got his attention, of course, sent that sea creature, which swallowed him, and something amazing happened to this reluctant prophet. Inside of the belly of the beast, he had a spiritual awakening. He came to his senses. He repented. And then the Lord redirected him back to Nineveh. We all have a Nineveh in our life, where God says, I want you to go there. Maybe God called you to a place you didn't want to go to. Maybe God said, I want you to do this thing you didn't necessarily want to do. But once you began to do it, you found joy and peace in it, as it was the will of God for you. Jonah didn't want to go, but there in the fish's belly, he repented. And the whale, or whatever it was, pulled up to the beach of Nineveh, opened his mouth up, and barfed out Jonah. That's exactly what happened. So Jonah was repentant and regurgitated. He was believing and barfed. He was righteous and ralphed. I have some more. He was victorious and vomited. And one more, regurgitated and revived. What a sight he must have been. Comes out of the belly of that fish and just has one simple message. 40 days and Nineveh will be overthrown. But what did God tell Jonah to do? He said, go preach to the city of Nineveh. So what do we need to do to reach our culture? How can we change our culture? That's the title of this message. Number one, just preach the gospel. Every generation needs the gospel. Culture changes, technology changes, hairstyles change. When I started, I had hair. I don't anymore. You know, I used to have a nice wave, a little surfer wave. I'd kind of whip it every now and then. Now the wave is gone and I just have beach. It's really a sad affair. But I have found